Seeing, if you could look at closer, that's the same spirals that you were seeing in the dream catcher. This right here is called a nightmare catcher, a soul catcher. You see, you work for your life for this. Your energy is trapped in here. These are the seals that our ancients hold, and this all deals with magic. People scared of magic, but this is miracles of God. The tabernacle of God was deep. You know what
Magic isn't what we always think it is. Magic can be a good or a bad thing because it's technology. Magic was first given to man through God from the information he gave to Adam. Then again through the information he gave to Moses.
Just talking, just the language of communicating with the animal is a form of magic.
The problem is that when the fallen angels came in the days of Jared, they corrupted the majority of things that God taught to the original man. You see, when God taught the original man, he taught us everything we need to make this happen. To make this universal world, this universe, this natural world we live in. If you go to Pastor Richard Scott, which happens to be the pastor of New Life Fellowship Church in West Palm Beach, is a man who speaks about these things. He teaches about the true knowledge that God wants us. We're not supposed to be sitting here begging God for things. We're supposed to be able to go to God like he's our father. You know what I'm saying? When you go to your father, you're not supposed to be like, can I? Is it possible? Nah, you're supposed to be like, Dad, I need this. Can you give me that? And he says, yeah. You see what I'm saying?
You gotta earn it though.
So it's like not even, because love is unconditional.
What
we gotta earn is our own place.
It's like working at a job. It's like working at a job. Just because you come late every day and I'm your boss doesn't mean I'm gonna cut you slack. And the person that comes here on time every day, showing and proving, I'm not gonna give him a promotion. That would be unfair, right? It's still unconditional love because I'm allowing everybody to come to work. But now if you can't abide by the rules, that's what makes the difference between an Israelite and a savage. See that?
Well, one of the biggest things that people don't realize is that the reason for the rules isn't so much so. It's not like
it's not a rule. It's a law.
It's not like God says, if you don't do this, you can't.
Yeah.
But it's like
it's a law.
It's kind of like this. If I want to grow a plant, I gotta water the plant.
Yeah,
that's
you
the
gotta
law.
seed it.
First off, I gotta seed it. I got to put the seed properly in dirt.
You gotta find sun for it. That's the law.
I've got to make sure that water gets to it. These are all laws that I can't get around.
You know, while all that is taking place,
it's like if you want to learn kung fu, you got to do a horse.
You got to work for it.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't practice,
the alchemist,
same thing.
The alchemist, when you're dealing with that stuff, that's dealing with love. When it's feeding it, while you putting that seed in it, you're already starting with love. That force is God. God is love. So everything from the sun connecting with it, that's a whole love process. So in order to grow, you can't grow without love. If you ain't got love, you ain't gonna grow. That's what happened with Grand Canyon. The people, the settlers here, they fell in love with this materialistically, and they went to go mine it in the mountains, and they pumped the earth. That's the earth they took. And for us, it was natural because we were the one making this. This comes from us. We're the ones that make this. When we pass away, we become a fossil that becomes a mineral, that becomes a rock, and all this, and we transform into this. It takes 1 million years for this to come about. So this was in the mountains, in the cave, for millions upon millions upon millions of years, growing, meditating, as our ancestors with all this energy. And it comes over here, and it needs the proper hands to touch it. So if you got a wicked hand, and you touch this, you will get cursed. If you ever seen Snow White and shit like that, they always had a mirror.
Yeah, he said he was
a mirror on the wall, tell me who's the greatest of all. What they're doing is meditation, looking within. The mirror, that's what the mirror is about. See, the people are looking at the mirror and they only see what's outside. They don't see what's within. They can't look into the mirror and see themselves. They see the outside. They say, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta fix this, I gotta do that. But that mirror is a reflection of yourself. You know what I'm saying? How do you look at yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? Do you see yourself as a warrior? Do you see yourself as a little punk? Do you see yourself as a rich person, or do you see yourself as a poor person, as nothing? So this is a mirror, and it's a reflection of yourself. That's why in the mirror in Snow White, it told the witch, you know, which is the modern day people, the queens and shit like that, the Beyoncés, the Rihannas and shit like that. Those are your so-called queens, and they ain't real queens. And they looked in the mirror and it says, you're not the beautifulest of them all. This chick is. The humble chick, the one that can talk with the animals, the one that can whistle while she works, and that's all chakras thing.
And all the ones that are not here, but it's not them. It's not Beyonce, it's not J-Lo, it's not them that people look up to. They shouldn't.
And what you call, so when they looked in the mirror and they seen that was the reflection that they got, that's what these stones do. That's why Moses carried the stones. I'm carrying the stones like Moses. You know what I'm saying? When Moses carried that stone, he had a responsibility of not to cuss, not to do, the 10 Commandments is nothing but love. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not do this or do that, and thou shalt not, everything deals with love. If you have love for your brothers and sisters, you won't steal from them, you won't worship another God if you have love for love, which is God. And so, when you carry these stones with you, it's a big responsibility, and if you have a cursed mentality, you will curse yourself. And that's what these dollars have done to us. That's why when you go to the poorhouse, you go to any so-called soulless being that got money, and you go to their house, and their mansion is full of marble floor, onyx granite floor, and all that. Why? Because these are the same stones, and they hold it, and they're cursed. They're trapped in these seals. These seals, Solomon, he dealt with the darker magic, learning the knowledge and the information, and he was the one that put these seals to trap the demons, to trap the devils. And now the Vatican and the Nazis took our symbols and reversed them. That's why you see the Nazi symbol is a black sun, and the black sun is what we meditate to. The black sun is the dark energy, the dark sun that we get is the energy. Because like when you look into space and it looks black,
UVs don't mess with black people or people of color. Those UV rays, that's what we see when we look at space pictures of the sun, and the sun look black with orange and stuff in it. That blackness isn't darkness or dirtiness. That blackness is actually
ultraviolet.
Boom.
Ultraviolet light, which is the hot.
If you think about it, what color is violet? Violet leads into it goes indigo to violet. Yeah. Violet is a dark purple color. That color that we use is a royal color. That becomes that black color.
Let me add up to your shit. Yes, the word Indian. If you look up the word Indian from Greek Latin, the word Indian comes from Greek and Latin, right? And Indian means indigo. Indian means dark color skin. Why would Christopher Columbus say he was trying to go to India? He said he was trying to go to Hindu India, but they got compasses and all this, and he got lost, and he said he went to the West Indies, and then he called them Indians because he's like, oh, they look the same. Nah, because he knows that we all the same.
Let me break into something right here too. Something that he said that that Indians are the dark colored people. The Indian or the Hindu people are the Hindu Kush people. See, Kush was the son of Ham. Ham was a black man. Yes, Ham did have the cursed son. Ham wasn't cursed, but Ham's son was cursed. Ham's son was Canaan. Canaan meant milky white in Babylonian. It's the birth of Caucasian people. Now, we won't get into all that, but the Hindu Kush people, right, because that's the Hindu Kush region. The Kush people, the seed of Kush, you see, who was the son of Ham, first son of Ham, Kush, Mizraim, Put, Canaan. You see, Put is there's a couple of different extremities of Put in the known world right now, but Kush itself is one of the farthest civilizations of this world. Nimrod himself, the ruler of the one world government before the fall of Tower of Babel, was the seed of Kush. You see what I'm saying? Mizraim is actually Egypt. Mizraim is the true name of Egypt.
Which comes from, that's the same word that you get Mary from, Maryam.
Yes, Maryam.
And that's why you get, ancient Kemet was called Tama-Re, which means Mary. You know what I'm saying? And marijuana, that's why marijuana is called marijuana.
Right,
you got the Kundalini putting it together. The peace pipe. What was that guy talking about? The peace pipe. Our ancestors said that when they take that pipe, he took he traveled around the world and he started seeing everything. And that's what that was.
And that's the reason why. That's the reason why when we smoke, we need to bless our blunts. Because it's a special thing. It's a spot. You see, even when you practice like Kundalini, can lead you wrong if you don't realize that there's a second connection that one has to practice as well.
There's the lower one and there's the higher self. And if you stuck to the lower self, which is the devil, Lucifer, which is your lower chakras, red, that's where you get Santa Claus red, the lower self, you rise up out of that and you go into the darkness, which is really the light, which is gold, which is the chakras. These are the chakras. And you rise up and you get to the heart, the green. And then you rise up to the darker side, which is blue, purple, indigo, and violet. Go into the ocean. You get into the deep, dark blue, and it gets darker and darker. And the fishes under there are etherical beings that light up, that have lights in them. You go higher up to the skies. The deeper you go into space, you got stars that have bright light in this darkness, but it's not really dark. It's a universe full of rainbow light, nigga. That's it, done. 13
Alright,
love,
peace,
God. We
peace.
here, represent.
We here.
Yes, we're here.
We're going to get into some more stuff, because so much got open. We just opened Pandora's box. We're going to dig into it. As you know, Pandora's box